Me in Neverland.
What's up, YouTube? Dabomdigiti here, and today we're going to be going over week 1 of our Premier League fantasy team and how our draft was not good. Our team did abysmal. We took a fat L this week, but that's okay because things can really only go up from here based on how our team is looking. So we will go over all of our picks, and then we'll see how they performed, and I'll talk about who I don't really like and who I'm trying to target for next week and all of that good stuff. So if we go to the draft, we can look at drafted and we can see all the picks in order. We did have the number 1 overall pick, and we may have made a big mistake, only time will tell, but we chose Kevin De Bruyne with our first pick, just because I know he's consistent. He should score a good amount of points, and overall I feel like he was just a solid pick. My second choice, if I didn't pick De Bruyne, was to be Salah. We've never done fantasy before, so I didn't really know about how the scoring system worked. Like, I looked into it, of course, read the rules. But looking back, I probably should have gone Salah first overall. But we don't know because Man City, of course, and Man United didn't even play this week. So only time will tell if it was a good choice or not. But for this week, Salah definitely would have been a good pick based on how he performed. Getting 3 goals in the Liverpool game. It's crazy. I have him on like my single player one, not the one for like this, and he scored me a ton of points, so should have maybe went with him. For my second pick, since I was first, I dropped all the way down to the 6th overall pick, and with that I went Alexander-Arnold, and looking back, this was a poor decision because I probably could have waited a little later to get him, but I decided to go a defender, and he played terrible the first game, only scoring 1 point, which we'll get into later, but I feel like maybe I should have gone a different player. I feel like overall this draft was really bad for me, and that I'm going to have to look through and see what smart transactions I can make to rebuild the squad kind of from the ground up. I kind of went heavy into the midfield, and that's why I kind of wanted to get a defender early so I could have someone that I thought would solidify me points. It normally gets a good amount of assists and stuff, but right now Alex is looking not good. And then I had the next pick right after that because there's a snaking format for the draft, and I went ahead and picked Son. And yeah, Son had a really good season last season, and I expect for him to have a good season again. A solid midfield option. We might have to drop him and pick up someone else if he is lacking in the performance, but right now he scored all right for the first game. Tottenham didn't play particularly well, so I can't blame him for that, and I'll just have to wait to see what comes from that. And that was with the 7th pick. So that's 6, 12, 13th, the 13th pick. The next pick we had was the 24th pick, and I wanted to get 2 midfield players because I really wanted to solidify my midfield, make sure I had good point scorers, and I went ahead and picked the duo of Traore and Pulisic. And unfortunately, Christian, the American man, did not get to play this week, so I was really banking on him coming and playing, scoring points, but unfortunately we'll have to wait. And Traore, through the beginning of the game, he wasn't really playing up high. He was basically kind of playing like a wingback kind of role, but he wasn't doing too much. But towards the end of the game, when he was up front, it looked producing like a lot more, and it looked like he had definitely potential to get more goals and assists if he keeps playing there throughout the season. So I'll have to see where he unfolds. He is a question mark on the team, and I might drop him for someone else. I was thinking of maybe replacing him with James, depending on how they both play the next couple of weeks. And Pulisic, depending on how he plays, I mean, I think he's pretty good. So I'm going to keep him in for now, but we'll just have to see. My next two picks were, I had to start getting forwards and defense, and this late in the draft, there was really slim pickings when it came to who I should pick. Looking back, I should have done more research to really look into certain players more, but I went ahead and went with, where is it? Yes, right here. I went with Andre Ayew for Crystal Palace. I know he normally plays a lot of minutes up there next to Zaha. Most of the forwards that are left were pretty bad, and he's kind of best of worst situation. Depending on who they're playing, I might drop him, pick up some other people, especially after watching all the games this weekend, seeing some of the other players I want. He definitely is a question mark in the team and definitely has the potential to be swapped out. Same with Stevens, the Sheffield United defender. After watching them play against Wolves today and how they absolutely got rocked, I am definitely trying to get this guy out of the club ASAP. He did have moments. He almost had a couple assists in the game, but the chances weren't able to get put away. So Stevens is definitely right now one of my number ones to drop. Next two picks, we have Tommy Abraham for forward. Like I said, the forwards, defenders are really slow at this point of getting picked. So I thought I'd go ahead and go with Tommy, but unfortunately he did not play this week either because of Timo Werner getting the start over him. So looking forward, I might probably have to drop him and pick up another forward because he might not get as much playing time as we initially thought. So that's someone who I'm also looking to get rid of on the team. And my next pick, I went ahead and got my first goalkeeper, Pope. For Burnley, sometimes they're good defensively. I've watched Pope play. I really like him. He has kept a decent amount of clean sheets, even though he is on Burnley. So I might get rid of him if a better keeper comes up, but we'll just have to wait and see. I know De Gea is still available, so I might go ahead and just grab him. I think there are a decent amount of good goalkeepers still left, but right now we have to wait and see because Burnley did not play this week either. For my next pick, I went ahead and got Wan-Bissaka for defense, and he did not play, so I can't really evaluate his performance at all. And I also grabbed Paul Pogba. Same. I really like him as a player. I don't know if he scores that much in fantasy because he kind of is like a defensive mid, a more holding mid, so we might just drop him if he's not producing because this seems to be more based on offense. But we picked him up really late in the draft. He did have a draft rank of 25, so maybe that was a steal pick when he gets to play. We'll just have to wait and see. For my next picks, looking at all the defenders I passed up on, I feel like I was an idiot this draft, and I just wish I could replay this draft, but it's okay. There's only 6 of us, so a lot of players are probably going to get upped and moved up around depending on how the teams are doing, and maybe we can get some steals later on. I do plan on doing weekly recaps every week of the draft and where everyone is standing and all of that. So my next 2 picks, I got Soyuncu. I don't know how to pronounce Soyuncu. I know I butchered that name, but he did really well. Leicester defender got me 6 points. I can't complain about that. So I'm keeping him in for next week. I think they play someone. Who do they play? They play Burnley. Yeah, they play Burnley. So I feel like he'll be able to defend really well there and give me a lot of points. And then I went ahead and picked up my second goalkeeper just to get him. But I did pick up Jordan Pickford. He played really well this weekend as well, scoring me 8 points. And no complaints. So I'm keeping both of my goalies in the club. I don't really see any complaints right now with the goalies, but we'll just have to wait and see as the season progresses. And then I had my 2 final picks to get them out of the way. I went ahead and picked Douglas, the Leeds defender. Terrible pick, didn't even play. I picked up Douglas because I didn't really know who to pick, but I did drop him right before the season, and I will show you guys who I dropped him for. And we also picked up Nikita from Arsenal, but since Lacazette did play, he only played 3 minutes, so we're probably going to have to swap him off the team. But now going into, we can look at the team itself and who I played week 1, and we're going to have to refresh because the points weren't showing. But so our final score is 25. We took a fat L, and as you can see, we had Pickford with 8, Alexander-Arnold, Stevens with 1, Walker Peters with 1, and that is who I did drop Douglas for, was Walker Peters, Kyle Walker Peters. I thought he would, they're playing against Crystal Palace. I thought they would have a decent chance. He'd give me some points, but they got conceded and he got a yellow card, which really screwed me over and lost me a point there. I am looking at trading him based on who they're playing next week. I think they play the Spurs, so I feel like they're definitely going to get scored on, so I am trying to move him out and get a better defender in there before then. The midfield, Son, Traore, Pulisic, all 3 of these were the guys that had matches this week, and Traore and Son, all right. Pulisic didn't even get to play, and he has a 75 chance of playing next week, but I'm still going to keep him in the squad for next week because I have faith that he's going to play and do great things. And up front, we had Nikita, Ayew, and Abraham. And yeah, as you can see, our squad needs major work. But for this first week, Pope, De Bruyne, Wan-Bissaka, and Pogba, none of them got to play. And looking into game week 2, I like our formation a lot better. So this is what we have currently lined up so far. Pickford, Alexander-Arnold, Wan-Bissaka, Soyuncu, Pogba, Son, Traore, Pulisic, De Bruyne, Abraham, and Ayew. We are going to have to get Abraham out of there. I don't know for who. Oh, yeah, I do know. I have some players on the transactions that we're going to take a look at. We might swap in Pope for Pickford just because I know Leicester's definitely get shots on Pope. And hopefully he can make the save so to see what he does. And these 3 are the 3 that we're looking to get out of the club right now. And who are we trying to get them for? Well, we are trying to get Gabriel from Arsenal. He had a great week. They play another team where I feel like he'll have a great performance again, be able to get in on offense, maybe pick up a lot of points. So we are trying to get him with priority number 1 on the waivers. Second, Bamford. I don't think a lot of people are going to be going for him. Where they're trying to get the Leeds man for Nikita. They play Fulham, so I feel like Leeds will definitely be able to score in that game. So I really want to pick up Bamford and play him this week, thinking he's going to be able to score. Next, where they're trying to get Justin from Leicester. He put up a solid performance, and against Burnley, I feel like he might be able to get us more points again, getting up in the attack with maybe Vardy and some of them. So we're going to put him in, trying to either sub him for Stevens or Walker Peters because Walker Peters plays Tottenham, and I don't have faith that he's going to get a lot of points this week. And lastly, we might try and get Reece James from Chelsea because he did have the goal. That was a wonder strike today. Oh, my God. And he is projected to be higher overall, ranked 264 than Walker Peters. And he scored 14 points today, so definitely it would be a solid addition to the squad. We'll see if these waivers go through. If not, we'll just have to see who else we can pick up and see what we can make work. Now, that was it for my team. Let's go on to my friends and see what they were able to put together this week. So, this is the table. As you can see, we are currently in last place, which means we should be able to get whatever waiver we want because we have the lowest ranking. In first place, we have Luder FC or Lucas. Second place, we have Despacito 2 or Diego. Third place, Man Chef City or Ty. And fourth place, we have Stone Boys FC Mateo. And fifth place, we have Van Dyke Tim. So, what did their teams look like? Well, I tied points with Tim, so let's go ahead and see what his team looks like. He has Leno in goal. He played Gomez, Alderweireld, and Chilwell. He had to play Chilwell because it didn't matter who he really picked. None of his players on the bench are playing because he had Ederson, Greenwood, Laporte, and Maguire all from Man City and Man U. So those two teams not playing really did affect him. He also had Van de Beek from Man U not playing either, so Tim really didn't have a lot of players playing. For his midfield, he has Mane, Bergwijn, Sigurdsson. None of them really did anything spectacular this week, so he didn't really get any points. He did get good points from Lacazette getting a goal. He had Harry Kane, who he's just running laps the whole match. And the sleeper pick, Danny Ings, which we saw he wasn't able to put forth much of anything either. So all pretty much a lackluster team. Like mine, once he gets these subs in to replace some of these guys, I feel like his team will be a lot better, and I expect him to do better in this game week 2. But hopefully he doesn't do that good because I'm playing him this weekend. I really want to get a win. Next, we have in fourth place, we have Mateo scoring 34 points. Alisson in goal, Van Dijk, Cresswell, Egan, Aubameyang, Ali, Jota, Telemans, Rodrigo, Werner, and Calvert-Lewin. He had an overall solid team. I mean, he put up 34 points. Van Dijk scored a goal. Aubameyang got a goal. Dele Alli and Cresswell didn't really do anything. Same with Rodrigo. Jota didn't even play today. Calvert-Lewin, did he get a goal? He did get a goal for Everton. And Alisson got scored on 3 times. So, of course, he's not going to get that many points today. But, that might have been a rare occurrence. That game was crazy. On the bench, he has Fabianski, Aurier, Walker, and Rashford. Which Walker and Rashford will be able to come in next week and give his team an overall boost. Next, we have Manchester City or Ty. And Ty was able to put together a draft heavily on Man City with Aguero, Jesus, Mendy, and Mahrez. He also was able to get Rui Patricio, Doherty, Azpilicueta, Dunk, and really his team was carried by 2 players and 2 players alone. Salah giving him 20 and Willian giving him 14 was just absolutely insane. And that's really what carried him to victory over this first week was those 2 players alone. Because as you can see, the rest of his team really didn't do anything. Now, coming in second place for the week, we have Diego. And he has a really solid team overall. Schmeichel in goal, Andy Robertson, Cody, Digne, Tierney, Havertz, Ward-Prowse, Pepe, Wilson, Vardy, Richarlison, and on the bench he has Ramsdale, Fernandez, Grealish, and Pereira. I know I'm butchering some of these names. I apologize for that. But next week when Fernandez plays, that's going to be scary in this team because he had Vardy who went off. Wilson got him a lot of points. Digne getting a point, so we don't know if he's going to do that every week, so I wouldn't rely on that. But Cody, who seemed really solid today in the back, of course. Robertson, great. Schmeichel, pretty good. And we'll see if Tierney continues to produce points like he is. But overall, a really solid squad, especially with Wilson and Vardy in the top. Should be expecting more goals. And Richarlison, if he can get... he had a lot of opportunities. He missed a wide open goal, which he should have scored, which should have gotten even more points. But we'll just have to see what comes. But 64 points for the week. I mean, got him second place. That is crazy. And first place, Luder FC, 71 points with this team. Crystal Palace kind of popped off. How the keeper's name, I don't know how to pronounce it. Scored 10 points. Zaha with a goal, got 8. And then the Wolves went off today. He had CS with a goal and an assist. I think, did he have an assist? No, just a goal and the clean sheet. Plus, he got bonus points, and you had Jimenez who got a goal in the first 6 minutes, and I was like, I've already lost this week just based on that. Alonso didn't really do anything. Bowley looked solid for Wolves, and he had Castagna, who got a goal as well for Leicester, which his defenders getting goals really helped his team out. Next week, he also has Martial and Sterling both available to play. He also has Firmino up top, so we know that Liverpool will give opportunities to score. So we'll have to see how his team pans out. But that was it. If you want to see the matches, it was me against game week 1, and me against Luder. Got absolutely bodied. Mateo and Diego. Diego won, and then Tim and Ty basically won with 2 players on his team. So that is how this fantasy week 1 went. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We are trying to get another episode of where we have everyone on Discord talking about the week and what they're trying to do with their team, so we can get some outside input looking in. But until then, we'll have to see. We'll hold that fat L and see